guys, so I wanted to show you all the goodies, ephemera, collectibles, memorabilia that I got from our day one in Oregon, specifically in Portland. We kind of stayed in the downtown area. We're staying outside of Portland with my sister and her boyfriend, but we decided to go into the city, go to Ablation, Powell's, and all of that, all the things you saw on the video. So I wanted to share some of the stuff that I got. Before that, I actually brought this with me, and this is just a big letter size envelope that housed all of the ephemera scrap stuff that I ended up collecting during our trip. So instead of bringing this guy with me, you've seen it in a few videos where this can also house my ephemera, and it's nice because you can kind of categorize it by day or something. But I just brought this with me, and it was literally a mess. Like, everything was in here, so I ended up just organizing everything after the trip. So that's why everything is in here now, and some of the other big stuff that obviously don't fit are outside. But let me take out all of the day one stuff. It's not just this. It's not just this, and it's also this. So I pretty much grabbed everything that I could during the trip as far as receipts and packaging and all that stuff. And I am really excited because putting everything together in my journal, I'm thinking of doing a separate insert for this because this was super memorable. It's my first time in Oregon, and it was so nice to hang out with my sister and just like do fun stuff. So first off, we'll do kind of, I actually don't know where to start. So here is the little poster thingy that you get at Fjallraven. I think that's how you pronounce it. I probably hella butchered that, but we got to the store, the Kanken store, that's what we just call it, and this is what I got. I got a little, it's just a little day bag, a fanny pack, if you will, and I got it in this like super gorgeous maroon going on purple kind of color, and I love the little handle. This is actually like my first like Kanken purchase, which like my sister probably has like 6 backpacks from them. So anyway, but yeah, so it has like pockets right here. I love that it has a little thing to hold your keys and such, and it has even a little name tag right there, and then there's a pocket right here and there's a pocket right there. But anyway, yeah, so this was a really fun purchase. My boyfriend was on the lookout for a perfect similar bag like this one. He got something different. I'll post it like right now what it looks like. Here's that. And then, so yeah, this comes in the bag when you get it, and obviously like we got paper bags as well. And then right after that, we went to Ablation. So let me just separate all the Ablation stuff. I ended up getting these postcards. Well, Brian, my boyfriend, got this for me because I barely saw it as we were leaving the shop. As you guys saw in the video, everything, it was too overwhelming. It wasn't even that big, but to me that was huge, and there was so many fun stuff to look at, and I did not want to like black out and like just buy everything I see. But this is what I end up getting first. So I got that, but then on the way out, like Brian like saw this one and he got it for me, and then look at the gold foil in that. It's so pretty. I need to like get rid of this part, but yeah, it is so pretty. It's just like a classic looking postcard, and I love that so much. So that was an Oblation, and other things that I got in Oblation besides my stamps. I was so excited. This is my first partner store that I visited with Travelers Company, obviously outside of Japan. And yeah, I was just so freaking excited. I was just like, I need that. I need those stamps. I really need those stamps. And we ended up getting them, so I was so excited. Okay, so I got some stickers right here also from Ablation. I got this is like from one of their local artists that work there, so she made that. That was pretty cool. And then I have this Portland one, which now I realize matches the freaking postcard. Awesome. So if you ever visit Oblation, this is like these are the stamps that you would get. So you have the actual Oblation paper and press stamp, which is super cool. And then I totally forgot what this bird's name is, but he was an actual store pet, I guess, that they had, but I believe he passed away or something. And then the girl at the store was telling me that I guess when they did the stamp caravan like a few years back, they just left the diner one, so they've had it since. So I got the diner one, and I've had this before when I went to Japan last year. And then of course their official partner shop stamp, so cute. And of course I had to do multiples, yeah, because this one was a fail, and I got that. And then I got an actual like Oblation one too, so that was absolutely fun. And then I don't know why I got two, but I have just their business cards right here. So that was from Oblation. And then another thing that I got from there was this scrap pack. So they just have random, I think it's probably like their surplus of cards, because there's a bunch of like Mother's Day, Father's Day, birthday cards in here, scrap paper, and this was like $17. So my sister and I split it. She already grabbed like what she wanted from this. So yeah, like it's just like something for extra deco, like for journaling and stuff like that. But some of the cards there are actually really nice, so I think I'm gonna use them to give as actual cards. So that's that. And then another thing that I got is this short trip one. This was my plan initially, to use this insert to make this trip journal, but I'm having second thoughts. I might use a different one, so stay tuned. I will definitely do a video on that. And then lastly, I got these cereal stickers from Soutelier, and these are the designs. Super cute. So that is Oblation. So next we went to Powell's. Obviously, if you're gonna go to Portland, you gotta go to Powell's. And oh my gosh, guys, I only filmed maybe 2 videos and took a few pictures during the trip at Powell's because I was so darn overwhelmed, like in a good way. It's probably like the biggest bookstore I've ever been to in my life, and it is the world's largest independent bookstore, and it was absolutely perfect. Like, oh my god, so many books, all in different sections. I like that they divide everything into categories, which I did end up getting a map. So they give these away for free when you come in. So this is the store map, and then these are all the sections that you can visit. So it's 3 floors, 3 levels of nothing but books, and obviously like merchandise and little crafty stuff and all of that. But yeah, like it was so cool. I obviously hung out on the gold section, you know, sci-fi and fantasy, horror, romance, like all of that. And then I also went to the blue section and the green section. I totally spaced out and didn't do the pearl section, which has the rare book room. Because we kind of like split up at that point. So it was me, my sister, and my boyfriend, and we just like got our own maps and just like went our own like way. Yeah, I totally missed out on the rare book room, but my boyfriend, he was saying that it was really cool. And yeah, so that was really nice. And obviously ephemera, everything is ephemera. So I have the map, and then what I ended up getting I got these stickers. So I love this. I like my books spicy. So freaking cute. And of course I got get rid of this receipt right here. These stickers, they were giving away for free. Oh, this was another Oblation sticker that I got. So cute. Yeah, so these were free, that you can just grab at the register. So fun. And then they were also giving away bookmarks. So it's the same one. I think I'm gonna use both, like this side and then this side. I don't know, they're so pretty and really good quality paper too. That's so awesome. And then I got a postcard, of course. I'm gonna write like our experience in this part. So cute. And then I got my Powell's receipt. And what else is here? Oh, I have another map right there. I think this was supposed to be my boyfriend's map, and he just gave it to me. And then second to the last thing from Powell's is this wooden magnet. I do collect magnets from every trip, so this is really cute. I love that. It's the, you know, red, like iconic like look of it. And then lastly is this guy. I ended up not getting a book because I'm still like traveling, doing travel nursing, so I like move from place to place, and getting books is just not it's just not very conducive or reasonable for me right now. So I still read books that are digital, but I had to get this one. Oh my gosh, it's the Romantasy sticker book, and I just about died because there are so many fun stickers on here. And these papers, I love that. Like, you could totally do this for like if you're doing a review, a book review, and then they have these like from the library of. I love that so much. And then all of the little quotes. I definitely see a lot of, I don't know, like Fourth Wing coded stickers and like ACOTAR. Yeah, like, yeah, speaking of ACOTAR, to the stars who listen and dreams that are answered. So yeah, and then Through Love All Is Possible. That's also Sarah J Maas, the Crescent City series. Yeah, it's just like, very, I believe like these were probably drawn by like local artists, like different artists and stuff. So, but yeah, very like vampires, monsters, fae, mermaids. I freaking love it. And it makes me want to start a book journal, TBH, but we shall see. But obviously I'll just like use them whenever I like do a book review or something, or if I'm feeling inspired to do a spread about a book. So yeah, I had to get this one. Super cute. This was $16. And a good thing about when you're Oregon, there is no sales tax. I absolutely love that. So I felt like I saved a lot of money with all of my purchases. So after Powell's, we ended up going to the Patak mansion. And it's just this mansion like that's owned by this like super rich family who lived in Portland, and they were big influences in the city and all of that stuff. But the reason why people go is because like it's on top of a mountain, and oh my gosh, the view was absolutely pretty, as you guys saw in the vlog. But this is like a map that they had, a little floor plan, very fancy. And then I got some postcards. So this was in like their little drawing room. Like, look at that. It's like out of a movie, but that's what it really looked like in real life. And then this is like the kitchen area, and look at that view from the kitchen. So cool. But yes, these are postcards. And then next we ended up going to Curiosities. In the vlog, it's just a kind of like a little antique vintage mall. My partner Brian, he absolutely loves antiquing, going to vintage stores, mainly looking for like legit like old stuff. He's very into the Titanic history and ocean liners like back in the day with like Cunard, like the Queen Mary and all of that. Not cruise ships, they're ocean liners, that's what they're called. But anyway, so I didn't end up getting anything. This was just a little postcard that they have, like that they were giving away for free, so that's what I got. And then lastly, this is a receipt from breakfast. We had La Provence. I will post a picture of like our breakfast right now. So good. It was in Cedar Hill, so outside of Portland. It was a lot closer to where we were staying. And then we went to Whole Foods. That's where we pretty much kind of like parked, and I ended up getting a little hydro flask. Like, how cute is this little guy? Like, I just can't. It's so freaking fun. But yeah, and it was on sale, so I was like, I just have to get it. And I love this kind of periwinkle color. Probably take like 5 sips and then you're done. It's not very practical, as according to my sister, her boyfriend, and my boyfriend. They were just, it was a laughable like purchase, but I don't care. Freaking love it. Super cute. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot. So another thing I got in Oblation is this Autumn PET tape, by Abby C. Love Abby C. Who doesn't? It's like her autumn version, all her artwork and stuff like that. So cute. So definitely getting ready for autumn. I'm over summer. It's too hot. But yeah, love that. Getting into PET tapes. I'm a little late in the game, but here I am. We went to Din Tai Fung, and it's a dim sum place. Super good. Love it. So that's where we had dinner. Didn't take any videos. We were just like having like, you know, good quality conversation, all of that stuff. It was in a mall, and I saw that they had a Moleskine store, which you guys saw in the vlog. So I got a little business card, my receipt, and then I got these 2 charms. Okay, so I ended up getting this charm, my initial right there. And then the other one is a star, which already is in my planner. Well, yeah, and like, man, this was a pain in the ass to put in here, like, not gonna lie, but made it work. I probably will add the A eventually, but this like took forever to put in, and after that I was so over it, so it's gonna be okay for now. That is all I got from our first day in Portland, and I'm so excited to keep going along in the vlog to share the last 2 days. I'm just gonna give like a disclaimer that I didn't do stationery store day, which was gonna be our day 2, and because we had plans to drive up to the coast already, and I'm sad that I missed out, but at the same time, like, what we ended up doing on the coast was super fun, so I was absolutely glad for that. So let's move on. Hello, I am back. I wanted to share with you the purchases and the ephemera I collected on day 2 of our trip. I apologize for my janky ass nail right here. I just had a little bit of an incident, so yeah, but life goes on, we go on. So let's just get to it. I hope you guys enjoyed the second day. We didn't do much, just driving around the coast, talking, telling stories and all of that stuff. And then by the time we got back to the city, we just had dinner and hung out at the cidery, as you guys saw. But first things first is we did go to breakfast at Tout Le Jour, I think that's how you pronounce it. So really cute. I think it's like Korean/Japanese pastries, and their coffee is so good as well. They're all over like California, which is really nice, so love that. And then we did go up to the coast. We went to the city of Newport. That's where like the lighthouse was. So instead of actually getting a postcard, I got this instead, and it just has like all of the things. Doesn't that look so cute? It's like a little bookmark, but it has like the major places in the city. And then I did get a stamp from the lighthouse. It's under the National Parks Service, so if you ever visit anything with the national parks like logo on it, it doesn't have to be a park in its own. You can get stamps, so you get stamps of the place, and then there's a date. I did do a stamp on my journal itself, but I still wanted this part, so I had a little extra paper that I did. And also, if you have a parks pass, that also works with it, so you don't have to pay for the fee to get in. And then I also got a sticker. Isn't that so cute? It's like a little postage stamp. Oh, this was a sticker like from our pastries, so I need to put that right there. And then I also got a Great Pacific Northwest sticker. Love like the pine trees and stump. Yeah, with like all the circles. That signifies how old like the tree is, which is so cool. And then we had lunch at Tasty Tiki. It's a Hawaiian place. It's actually a food truck that was kind of outside this like surfing shop, which is so cool. The food was pretty good. I had more stuff over here. I think, what did I have? Oh, I had the tiki tacos. So though, yeah, they were so good. And we were just wanting to find something like quick. I also got a sticker. And then this was back in the city. So we went back to Portland to have some dinner, and we went to Pine Central Market. I also didn't get content from there because I suffer from carpal tunnel and I flared up so bad. It was really painful. So I just was not in the mood to do anything, but Brian got me donuts. So here is the sticker from, it was actually on the little container, but I couldn't take it off. And because Brian is so aware of my journaling habits and how I keep everything for journaling, so he just went up to the counter and asked for a sticker. The man knows well. So yeah, here it is. And then lastly, we went to Cider Bite. So Brian and I are big cider people, not really into beer. He can like drink some light, not hoppy beers, but I just can't. So ciders is kind of like our game, and we were on the lookout for some good cideries in town, and we found this one. I think they have 33 ciders on tap, which is so fun. Yeah, and I got to try like this. They had like an option for a flight, so I did 4 tasters. So I did the baked apple, which oh my god, it tastes just like an apple pie. It's so bizarre. It was delicious. I actually had seconds of that. And then peach, kiwi, strawberry, and vanilla bean. And I think I did another flight after that. So that was pretty much like our last stop. My sister, she was our DD. So me, Brian, and my sister boyfriend, Matt, like we all had flights. And yeah, it was a fun night and I slept really great. So that is all I have for day 2. Not as much as day 1, because day 1 was pretty much the shopping section of the trip, and then tomorrow there's more like little shopping things that I did. So let's move on to that. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed the last bit of the vlog. The trip was so fun, and I am definitely gonna go back to Oregon, not just in Portland, but explore Oregon. It's just so beautiful, and there's definitely so much to see. 3 days was just not enough. But let me show you guys what I got on our last day. Let me pull up all the things. So our first stop of the day was the Hoyt Arboretum, and it was just, we did a bit of like a nature walk / hike. It was super cool. I love all the tall trees. It's just it's really magical and whimsical, like walking around, and there are a bunch of people, but not as crowded as it was, so that was nice. But I have like 2 maps actually, so this was the regular map that they had, and this is pretty much like what we used to kind of like guide ourselves. We did a few trails on here, but then I did get this children's one because it's just like the images are just so cool, and this is probably what I am going to use for the journal. Like, look at that. Love that so much. And then they have like finding the leaves and the magnolias. And then, yeah, like the aesthetic of this is just too fun. So I got one, and then my sister actually got one too. We didn't get one at the same time, but we had the same thought that this was gonna be a lot cuter for the journal than this regular map right here. And then other things that I got at Hoyt Arboretum. So I got this acorn like charm, or just a little tiny silver acorn. It's so cute. So it doesn't really work as like a charm. I was going to use it for my journal, but it doesn't have that capability unless I kind of like drill into it, I guess, which I don't want to ruin it. But yeah, this is just going to sit at like my bedside table. So love that. So cute. So Hoyt Arboretum was super fun. We did that. We just had coffee before at Black Rock, and then we went to the BJ's Food Cartel, which is kind of like a food truck area, as you guys saw. So I ended up getting poke, but I don't think I kept the receipt, or oh no, they didn't give me a receipt, honestly. So they it was just an online order, but I kept this one. This was Brian's receipt. He got skewers. So after going to BJ's Food Cartel, we ended up going to Collage. This was another stationery store, and this is their business card right here. This was super fun. I got a few purchases on here as well. Here's my receipt. I think this was also the skewer thingy. Let me see what else I got here. More collage stuff. And then I got these 2 stickers from Collage. The sticker called Safe Space, and then this one just doing my thing. This is definitely me. Oh, I kept my chopstick little holder from the poke place, so that was pretty much the only memorabilia that I got. And I got this like little like baby like bird. I think it's like a penguin. It does look like a penguin charm. So I brought this with me for the trip. I got this from the LA Festival of Books. It's a Jane Austen like super like cute tote. But this one, yeah, so I got this guy, and then I got more stuff at Collage. So I got this pin right here that says I love reproductive rights, because we love reproductive rights. And then I also got some washi. So this is like a little baggie. And this is the place in Portland that has the famous washi wall, or the wall of washi, and I definitely had to get some washi. So I got this one. It's a different types of toast. So cute. It has like the little egg and the bananas and peanut butter / Nutella, I think. So that was fun. And then I had this one from MT, and then it's just different types of snacks, fast food. Love that. Then another MT tape, and it's just random, kind of like a travel themed one with plane. There's a bike, there's like a boarding pass. Love that, so cute. And then this one, castles and towers. Like, come on, I had to. This would have been perfect, like, from our Scotland trip. So freaking cool. And then lastly, I got this winter forest, but it has like pine trees, so definitely gonna use that as deco also, like for my spreads for this trip, because all I saw in Oregon are pine trees. So freaking beautiful. So those are my washies. And then our last stop for today before heading to the airport was OMSI, which is the Oregon Museum of Science and Industry. So we did a bunch of sciencey stuff. Brian and I are big science museum people. Like, we prefer them to art museums TBH. So, because they're just like activities that you can do and are so fun, and me liking science and Ryan loving science, like it works out really well. So we had a lot of fun there. They had the Jurassic Park / Jurassic World Lego exhibit, which was absolutely astonishing. As you guys saw, so freaking cool. Every Lego built had the time it took and how many people it took and how many pieces of Legos there are. It was just so freaking cool. So that was OMSI. And then finally, we went to the airport. So before going there, we went back and grabbed our stuff, and then Arnie and Matt took us to the airport. And then of course, like Brian and I, we actually went to the airport a little bit earlier. I think we got there an hour and a half before our departure time. So we had time to get dinner. So we got burgers at Burgerville. Oh my God, super good. And I love that the most of the food places, restaurants, and all of that in the Portland airport are all like local. Like I love that so much. Not like typical like fast food. I feel like cities should invest more on doing that, so at least like people could try all the local stuff, like local stuff while you're visiting like a new city. So that was absolutely perfect. And then just right before we were boarding, there was a store in front of our gate that was pretty much selling different types of souvenirs. So I got these postcards and they had like a deal. So it was like buy 3, like get 1 free or something. So I love that so much. Greetings from Oregon. And then another like Portland one. I'm planning on giving a couple of these away. Portland, Oregon. They're so cute. And then another one right here. And then this is the receipt from that. And then I have the sticker right here. So fun. And that is all I have. I collected, you know, a good number of things to commemorate our trip and to add a lot of things to my journal. So I'm super excited of putting everything together. I'm probably going to do a flip through, but it's probably just going to be a silent one when it's all done, because I already kind of did an explanation of the trip as per you guys saw in the vlog. So yeah, like I hope you guys like it. Like I appreciate constructive feedback on the vlog. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a really long time, but I just haven't had the motivation / the drive to actually do it. But I think moving forward, I really want to share parts of my life that are not like just with stationery, but like with the love of traveling. But I still want to add the stationery aspect to it / the journaling aspect to it. So yeah, I hope you guys like that. And I think my next vlog will probably be all about the San Francisco International Pen Show. So I'm excited. If you guys are coming, I will be there on that Saturday. I believe that's the 30th, August 30th. So yeah, message me on Instagram if you are going and if you want to meet up and stuff. So I would like to meet as much people as I can who share the same love for all things analog, pens, notebooks, and stationery. And other than that, we are done. So thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.